Hey everybody, happy Easter to you and yours. Now, the whole entire thing with Easter, uh, how, when, how much, I wanted, this is really hard for me to talk about because what I'm trying to figure out is why is today the day that Christ rose from the dead, and why do we use that day every year to commemorate? We commemorate that day with a bunny who lays eggs and leaves them for children to find. Now, did the whole law of nature just go out the window when Christ rose? I mean, I understand Christ rising from the dead. Someone, rising from the dead, that's a pretty big, mind-blowing thing. But if you follow, the Bible, that kind of happened almost on the regular-ish. Jesus, rose Lazarus from the dead. So what I don't understand though is because Jesus, though, being the Son of God, if Jesus rose from the dead, then why do we have a bunny running around dropping chocolate eggs for children to find? Like, why does that happen? Like, is it because Jesus rose from the dead that suddenly rabbits were able to do that on that one special day? So that's why we put the two together? Like, all I can think of is on one side of Jerusalem, Israel, I don't remember the exact place where Jesus was buried, but on one end, Jesus is rising from the dead out of the tomb that he was laid in, and the angel of the Lord is telling Mary, "Why are you searching for him here? He is not here." Which, incidentally, is also something you could say about the church. Jesus isn't there. Anyway, so then on the other side, then what? This man found a giant white rabbit laying chocolate eggs? And this is why we put the two and two together? Is that how it happened? I think that's how it happened, folks. I think that's why we have the Easter. Why the rising of Christ from the dead is synonymous with a giant white rabbit laying chocolate eggs. Yeah. I guess that's how it happened, because I don't know what else you people were possibly freaking thinking. I mean, maybe the very first Easter landed on 420 and y'all were smoking some really good weed, and that's how they came up with this. It's how, a priest and a farmer were sitting down one day and they were smoking some good weed, and they were like, "Hey, we should have this day after so many weeks from Lent, 40 days or something like that." I don't know how they chose this. I really don't. But they sat down one day, a priest and a stoner, a farmer, I mean, sat down one day and they were smoking some good weed, and that's how they came up with the idea. It's like, the farmer was like, "Okay, so there's this giant rabbit. But wait, once a year, the rabbit lays chocolate eggs." And the priest turned and looked at him and said, "How about we add in that on the same day, Jesus Christ rose from the dead?" And the farmer looked at him and said, That's a pretty good idea. I bet you we could sell that. And boom, Easter was born. And then somehow chocolatiers and candy and whatnot somehow got into that with the whole, because they had to make it look like, an Easter egg ran around and dropped chocolate eggs. I don't know. This is an Easter ramble. I hope y'all folks had a good Easter, being together with whatever person you're quarantined with. If you're by yourself, I feel bad for you. I'm sorry. I'm here with my son and my grandmother. Social distancing. But I hope everybody has a good one. Happy Easter.